start to record. So I want to demonstrate how we can use the Excel, this time not from my own PC, but from the cloud, from OneDrive. So let's get into sharing the screen. Okay, and so I'll have here already I have OneDrive already open for me, and I can use F11 even to make it full screen, so I can take advantage of the entire screen. So I have my files here. If you don't have any files, you can upload them using this section, or you can just drag and drop your files. Okay, so if we actually choose one of these files, like this file over here, and maybe I can actually show myself over there. And so we have now two variables here, and we are just going to use insert and choose the chart type, and you have many chart types here, and we are basically going to use this chart type. It says box and whisker plot. Now it's vertical by default, and you can do 2, 3, 4 variables side by side, or you can just select one variable. Okay, so first let me select just one of them, just the compensation variable. Okay. Okay, just to select all of it. And now we can select the box plot feature, and it will come up. One issue you might have is to get this plot out of this area into maybe a Word file. But for the worst case, you can use the print screen functionality and get this out. Okay, so you see here, this is a bit different because we see dots. So these dots are actually the outliers. And basically, I can check the formatting of the chart and change quite a few things. So let me hide this right now. Okay, you can change title, the vertical axis, but what's important is something I want to demonstrate right here. And you can basically unclick the outlier points, and it will actually show the chart without those outliers. And how are those outliers calculated? If you notice this length of the box, Q3 minus Q1, which is the interquartile range, and if you multiply this length by 1.5, this is where the whisker ends. Okay, so anything above that is called an outlier. You see in the lower side, it doesn't go really 1.5 IQRs. The reason being, we don't have any observations beyond that. But since in the upper side, we have observations beyond that, this is where the whisker ends. So we can also show, and this cross here, this X is the mean, and this line is the median. And we can also show the inner points. So our data set, the points are given right there. Okay, so you see in the lower side, we have actually a point which is much less than the outlier determination limit. So the whisker doesn't extend beyond that. Okay, so now let me switch back to showing outliers again. And of course, since we have this value, which is extremely high compared to the rest, we have this compressed view, but we can change it by these selections. And let me again switch off outliers and show you the effect of using quartile calculation to inclusive median. You can see very slightly the interquartile range is reduced. And when we go to exclusive, very slightly it is extended. Okay, so I'm gonna actually close this now. Okay, and this one as well. So now let's do, because we can actually plot both things in the same graph. Let's see how it looks. By default, and you can again go into the different settings and change it and make it larger maybe. And so you can see here on the right, we have a box plot of the returns, which has much fewer outliers, just 2 of them. And on the left, we have the box plot of the CEO compensation. And again, choosing formats, we can change a number of things. We can change